Very distraught. It was supposed to be my first marathon, but I do get it when it comes to safety of the runners. I can understand why it had to be the way it is. Yeah, but disappointed though.
How long did you prep?
3 weeks, 5 physio visits, 2 marathon shoes, I don't know how many gels. Yeah, man, I have no words.
How are you feeling now that the race has been cancelled?
I'm very upset, very angry. I understand that they're doing it for safety reasons, but I'm quite upset because so many people spend so much money. It's been 24 weeks of training. We are exhausted. We just wanted to celebrate and get our lives back. Yeah, because I think the past 24 weeks we've been focused on the marathon, that we just needed our lives back. And yeah, quite disappointed.
Where are you from?
Pretoria.
It was going to be my first Cape Town marathon, and not just my first Cape Town marathon, my very first marathon. So I've been training hard every week for the last 6 months. So it was devastating to get the news that it was cancelled. But my club is so amazing. They said, let's go anyway. We are dressed. Let's go.
And let's talk about that prep. What does it take? Is this an overnight decision or is it months of planning?
Months of planning. I never ever thought I'll be able to run a marathon. And about 6 months ago, decided I'm going to take on this challenge. And here I am. Unfortunately, not an official race, but as good as it can get.
So you travel all the way from KwaZulu-Natal and literally hours before you're supposed to start, the race is cancelled. How are you feeling?
Gutted, completely gutted. Nervous from, or at least not sleeping from being nervous. Days of weeks, months of preparation, perfecting your hydration, perfecting your pace. Gutted. We just think that the Cape Town Marathon could have handled it a bit better. Perhaps temper our expectations, put more consideration to those who are traveling from afar, let alone those who are coming from abroad. We understand the safety aspect, and that's of course vital to any race organizer. But Cape Town Marathon must not forget who their core supporter base is, and that is South Africans after all. As much as they are heading for a major accreditation, you still have a lot of South Africans which love this race, and we've been running it for years. So yeah. Just
lastly, would this have been a race to test timing and whatever prep needed for bigger races, for other races?
Many, probably, if I had to guess, 90, if not more percent of the field were gunning for qualifying times for comrades. It leaves them now sort of in limbo, whether they are to register for another marathon in 2 weeks' time after having spent all this money traveling here. The next race that's coming up is 2 weeks' time in Durban. What do runners do from now till then? Because we've already tapered. You've got marathons in January. February is probably one I'm going to take on Vaal Marathon for my qualifier. But yes, a lot we're looking to qualify at this time of the year.
Does it leave a sour taste in your mouth, or will you return next year?
Look, I think a lot of people were already soured by the fact that that Cape Town Marathon, in order to appease the Abbott organization, moved the marathon to May, which is a month out from Comrades, and that already clashes with a lot of people's Comrades training. To be doing a marathon a month away from Comrades is tough, and no one wants to travel to Cape Town to do a route tester, as a training marathon. So that already left people sour. So that was in the back of a lot of people's minds. That's the talk on the street amongst friends, that we're already soured by that. So we still put our faith in this year. A lot of people are looking forward to this year because it's moved to May next year. So definitely very soured. I think it's a blemish. It's a big blemish on the Cape Town Marathon. Not on Cape Town. And it's not the organization's fault as well, organizers' fault. We understand this weather, we understand the safety concerns. But the average runner just wants to run. We don't care about billboards up and they just put markers on the road and let us run. So